There's this company called RedShift that makes some really unusual cycling products. We unboxed them on Mailbox Mondays a few weeks ago, and Jimmy hated that he loved them.
What is going on? It's so comfy. Oh, damn you, RedShift. Oh, this guy. This is a stupid bar. And actually, it's not.
Today's video is going to be a rundown of all of the products that they make. We were supposed to be starting now, but Jimmy broke a spoke, so. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that we are not being paid to make this video. RedShift is a company that we think deserves some recognition and that you'll really like the products of. Here we go. First up, we have a 2-position seat post. It's £199.99. Everything on this list is really expensive. It's exactly what it says on the tin. A seat post with 2 positions. I think it uses some kind of magnets to keep it in place. You can actually adjust it while you're riding, and if you measure it, in the rear position, our reach is 66 centimeters, and in the front position, our reach to the handlebars is now 61 centimeters. That's a 5 centimeter difference, which is a lot of centimeters. It has a kind of parallelogram system, so your saddle doesn't tilt as this happens. It stays on the same plane, and your saddle raises slightly as well. So in the rear position, our saddle height is 69 centimeters. And when it's moved forward, it's at around 70, so it goes up as your saddle moves forwards. That should mean your resultant leg extension is the same in both positions. Good job, RedShift.
The seat post is a game changer. It is so good. Anyone that's ridden a TT bike knows that when you are on a TT bike, it's just got that feel. It's super over the front, it's mega aggressive, and just one little flick on this seat post and bam, you just get all of that feel. And you can kind of, well, you can do it sort of dangerously whilst you're riding. But that is a game changer of a product. It's a little bit, it feels like it would move, but it just doesn't. It just works really well. That is a fantastic product.
Next up, we got the Shock Stop Suspension Stem. This comes in 2 versions. One's lighter than the other. The expensive one, which we have here, is 250 quid and looks like it's been dipped in chocolate. The other one is about £180, £189.99, I believe, on the website. It looks and fits on like a regular stem for road and gravel bikes. However, it gives you shock absorption in a place where you really need it. At your handlebars. It comes in a variety of lengths and angles. You can flip it. Inside there's elastomers and you can choose how much suspension you have depending on your weight, and it has 1 pivot point as you ride over bumps. We've previously featured one of these stems in our videos where we took a road bike and tried to make it into a gravel bike with as many different parts as possible, and we were pleasantly surprised by how the stem performed. I would have preferred it to have 2 pivot points so your bars don't tilt forwards. There's another stem on the market called a Vecnum Frequence, and that has 2 pivot points, and I'm keen to give that a go. It might be a good alternative, however, it is much more expensive.
More! As someone that's done a lot of time trialing, when you are on the extensions, it's always a bit sketchy. You know, once you get flowing, once you get up to speed, it's all right, but it always just feels a bit sketchy. If you've done a time trial on British roads, there will always be a section that's a complete sketch fest because it's bumpy, there's potholes, there's crap on the road. What this stem does in this combo is it evens out all of that bump. Like, I was literally using this in TT mode on gravel with road bike tyres, and you don't even notice it.
Quick release clip-on aerobars. The aerobars, which are really well made with quick release levers on. Go like that and they come off. How? How long does that take? 4 seconds. I don't really ride aerobars, but you do.
I hate how good it is. I do, it is fantastic. This is the sort of thing that I will probably say to one of our mates, Chris Hall, who does a lot of adventure cycling. He should have a setup like this, because if you don't want the extensions, they clip off relatively easy, you can stick them in your bag. If you do want them, which someone like Chris probably uses a lot, so he's got lots of different hand positions over the long stuff, they're perfect. You can flick your saddle forward and backwards so you can be in a more appropriate riding position on the fly for when you're using them. The stem then, this is a sick setup.
These are £199, 99p. Expensive.
So for 400 quid, what you're saying is you can turn any bike into an actual TT bike. Yes, it is not going to be as fast as a dedicated TT bike, but it's going to be about £2,000 cheaper.
Next, this is legitimately called the kitchen sink handlebar. There's two versions of this. The version we have has a loop on the front where you can put the little bag thing that they make extra. It's £140. The standard version without that is £100. Then if you want to buy the bag, you have to pay £40. It's a very flared handlebar aimed at gravel, I guess, or adventure cycling, so there's loads of flare. You can fit a bar bag in between the drops. It comes in a range of different widths. The version we have here is the smallest version they do. It measures, I think, about 40 centimeters, but when you put the shifters on, because of the aggressive flare, it measures a lot smaller. So bear that in mind if you're gonna buy them. Don't match your existing set of normal drop handlebars.
I thought I was going to hate it. I quite like it. I don't really care about flares. I've never really been into them, but it seems nice, comfortable, right? The flare's nice. You know, this video is very much TT mode video, and as a result of that, I've been primed into really enjoying riding in a TT position, and that is probably what is most enjoyable about the kitchen sink, is that you can hang on to it on the front. But I wish I had the other seat post on this bike, which allowed me to put it forward into an over the front TT position, and then it would be 10 out of 10. The flare on the shifters is so extreme that my actual hand position is, I'm pretty sure it's normal. I think it works out as being what we would normally have it as. How about we use the magic tape measure and find out?
What's magic about it?
Well, it appeared out of nowhere on a bike ride. So we normally ride 38mm bars, 38cm bars even, and center to center is 34. So it's actually narrower than we would even normally ride it. But I guess like hand position, because it's very flared, is 40. So somewhere between 34 and 40 is where I can get my hands. So it gives me loads and loads of options. You know, I can just set back a little bit and I'm a bit wider, go up top a bit and I'm narrower. This is great for adventuring for the same reason as clip-on aerobars could be. It gives you so many hand positions, so many places to put your hands, so many different places to put your weight, that if you're doing a big long ride, you're not just in one position, which is putting loads and loads of stress on one bit of your hand. You've got options, you can move around. Like it.
This bag system that they have, which fits in the hole in the middle of the bars, is amazing. It's so convenient having stuff there. I always bang on, when I talk about tips for bike packing, having access to food and little bits on the front of your bike is so important. This is a fantastic solution and much better than sticking a food pouch on the side of your existing handlebars. The shock stop suspension seat post. This is the pro version. It costs £300. They do a cheaper version, which is about £230. It provides some suspension located in your seat post. It fits in most normal bike frames. This one's a 27.2, and then it comes with different shims, so you can fit it in pretty much any bike. Naturally, our first thought was this is going to be fantastic for gravel bikes, but also riding British roads full of potholes. It's made a massive difference.
This suspension seat post is the pro version. We've also previously ridden the not pro version. I believe the difference between them, apart from maybe weight, is that this one doesn't quite spring as much. I prefer this one to the other one. It's very comfortable. You don't notice it as much. You don't notice the movement as much. It could also be because this is a gravel bike and the last time we had it on a road bike, but it's very comfy.
You are able to adjust how much the seat post squashes. You're given springs and there's like a preload thing at the bottom.
Oh.
So you can adjust it based on your weight as well. The pro one is lighter though. But not that it really matters. I don't think people are going for weight using these kind of products. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the non-pro version of these, any of these.
Can I give you something that I don't like about RedShift?
Definitely.
Cycling marketing uses the word pro all of the time. In what scenario is a pro ever looking at products like this? It just isn't the case. Like, calling it pro doesn't make sense. Call it lighter. Seat post 1, seat post 2, in brackets, lighter. It makes more sense. It's not pro.
Eric, your consultancy invoice is in the post. Cruise control top grips. These are little pieces of rubbery plastic stuff that go underneath your bar tape on the top of your drop handlebars. The idea behind these is that it creates a bigger platform which is more comfortable for your hands, and another benefit, it shortens your reach significantly. That might actually not be a benefit for some people if your reach is already correct. However, on the tops, it means there's a bigger difference between your shifters and the tops. So you really are sat very upright when you're holding these.
Again, one of those products, so typical of most stuff that RedShift do, that I look at and I go, what an absolute load of crap. Why the hell would I want that? And then you use it and you go, oh, okay, yeah, it's just a bit more comfortable, thanks. Yeah, cool, maybe I do want it, fine. It's pleasant, okay? It works. It's more comfortable when it's there than when it's not there. Oh. Hello. That is so funny. Fortunately, RedShift also makes really long bar tape so that it still fits.
These are actually cheap compared to the rest of the products on this list. 40 quid. Cruise control drop grips. These are the same kind of things as the top grips, but for your drops. They create a bigger platform for your hands, and these ones, you don't wrap bar tape over. You just start your bar tape where they end. They'll fit all types of drop handlebars. They have a nice grippy feel to them. Like everything by RedShift, they're quality.
What, are you pissed off with RedShift now as well?
Yeah. I was trying to think of something bad to say. The price is the only negative with all of these products. They're £40, which is expensive. However, you're paying for excellent design work and a quality product that's going to last a long, long time. So you get what you pay for.
It's again one of those products they do that is just absolute junk on paper, and then you use it and it's really good. I just want to stress that this is not a paid for advert. We did ask for these products because we think they are wonderful, but also very weird. They are definitely not for everyone. Like, most people are going to look at these products and go like, well, why does that even exist? But I think the people that use them and do seek out these kind of businesses are going to use these products and they're going to absolutely blow their mind at how good they are. They're probably for like 0.1% of cyclists, but they're cool. I hate that I like them, but I like them. Damn you, Eric. Eric RedShift, damn you. What does RedShift mean?
It's the wavelength of light as a planet moves away from Earth.
Thanks for that. What's that got to do with cycling?